pressure, and it's looking like we're gonna get exactly what we want. SRN versus Fluorescent for this first contact.
Oh, that's a statement made, isn't it? Good start, right back to business. Takes a glance for a second. It wasn't a solo endeavor, but the timing for Sayori could be good, could be tragic. They do lose out on one for Shopify. Alexis goes down, but the number's very favorable, and it feels very red at this point.
Yeah, at this point, MIBR, they've just got to pause. The turret also not giving them the information. I like that turret, though. You can see that it's holding the deep street angle deep into that back halls, but both players kind of separating with Jubes and not a lot of options on the table here. Jubes, she just wants to buy some time, potentially get a pick. If she's able to do that, then there should be a gap. You can see on the minimap, all of A site is open.
I like what Sarah's doing, kind of keeping this one together. That contact should be enough. Sit back a little deeper, play a little safe on this.
Juicy.
Should be a good bit of chip damage on there, yeah. I think it was Melissa who got most of it. And now you can feel that split now finding its new momentum. And again, Fluorescent with a second, maybe even a third here. Once more, sitting in the right position. 4, yeah, 3 for 4.
Of this best of 5.
And you want that, right? When you were talking about this head-to-head, SRN against Floor, this is going to be that constant battle of dominance. Who gets to walk away? Who gets that confidence? Proves that! Oh! She answered my question! A real simple one, apparently, for Fluorescent. Farming it up. They want the ace. So does Floor at this point. 6-0. Not even out of round 2. Knives on the horizon.
Yes, her team is definitely going to allow her to farm this kill, for sure. And not to mention Fluorescent, it's doubtful that MIBR are going to be able to plant the spike here and get any sort of money either. They didn't plant the spike on the first round either on the pistol. That's going to hurt MIBR going into the next gun round. Half armor, just min-maxing this buy completely.
Feels like the game of try to avoid Floor. I mean, a couple of teams have tried to play the avoid SRN game. We've seen that historically, but already we're going to start seeing that build towards that A site.
Early dog here from Jelly. You can see MIBR are paranoid about what deep line that Outlaw is posted on. Fluorescent is just over towards this B site, being very patient, just tucked in. You can expect Alexis to be the first to rotate. She's got to show up quick. She's got to come with those flashes.
Yeah, heading on over here. Already space being taken away. Art's now controlled by SRN has been noted, but they also know there's a player over towards that kind of copy towards site. Good information here. They've got pretty much everything they need. Shopify Rebellion sitting a little deep on the site, but here comes the cavalry, here comes the flashes, here comes the nades, here comes Fluorescent right above the top, but dealt with initially, doesn't get that springboard forward, finds another potential victim, doesn't land. Sarah now swarms, Floor gets one, Sarah with a follow-up, and Floor now just starting to farm them out. Oh, and Sarah shuts down around. You want to try and fight for that title. You got Shopify fired up. This is a different beast altogether. We've seen how deadly MIBR can be. No one's going to dispute that. They've witnessed it. Look at the pace they're playing with.
The flank, the
sending
pinch.
in SRN. They are in so quick on this. Jelly completely stunning Noya and gets a follow-up on Mel. They've sliced right through them, but Flora is on the case. Looking to clear up. Sarah with the second hit. Follows up again. SRN falls. We're in a 2v2, and it's the heavy hitters. It's easy to get blinded by Fluorescent's lights, but Sarah shines just as brightly. Now, the problem is they're only on sheriffs. None of those weapons that they so hardly fought for are easily to hand. No ults to bank on. This is a very tough round for MIBR.
But MIBR, they're going to want to get a little bit more space, send Jubes to go sniffing a little bit deeper before they give away that sound cue. They've got to try to get some sort of advantage, but they decide Jubes has enough information here, and
Spike planted.
Sayuri's got to regroup. How far
Take flight.
Does she go?
That's Jubes heard the sound
Temptation.
timing.
This could be worth it. High risk, high reward, and Sarah, not too subtle on the steps. Floor already towards site here. Deeper positioning from Sayori.
Though.
I love this so far. That plant is still not obviously for her, but that's fine. Gonna spot Floor, maybe make the assumption. Yes, that's both. Oh, okay. Controls the nerves now. Fluorescent in the 1v1. Time is against her. Floor just does the dance, but already takes the vulnerability. This is gonna make it far more doable, and time is beginning to tick, and Floor knows it. A shot works, but the round one, nonetheless. MIBR against the odds. Sarah getting hers. A couple on the horizon for MIBR, and it looks like a very direct approach of Fluorescent. Still prowling, bounces, and again, the deadly duo of Sarah and Floor just laying down the pain on MIBR. Spike now left behind. They've got that slow creep over towards B, but they still need to find some stability here.
So Yuri's able to collect that orb. Astra ult on the board now. Melissa hasn't been able to get any sort of lurks going, and with that wall in her back pocket, she should be able to apply pressure towards Noya, able to break all this utility. And Noya is on the weak side, all alone here, so Melissa's got a lot of work to do ahead of her.
Noya's just got to play patient, play calm, keep this area under control. Now should be on red alert. You can already see Shopify leaning over, wall going up, and they are creeping much closer. Noya here.
The spacing here has got to be so good for MIBR.
Does Noya. Tucks in the corner. Oh, the sleep in it felt like as Melissa clears that so comfortably. Sight now should be secure, at least for a plant here. The other two players deep towards CT.
A lot of utility for both sides here. This pose,
that's huge.
It lands both.
That's massive, and even gets Melissa. Now they know that one's still tucked towards backside. The probability of one on site and or long is high. Alexis trying to isolate the player towards the back of site itself, forcing them away. Quick clear from Floor, and Sayori called upon and can't answer. It's 3 standing, it's a defuse, and it's a 4-1 scoreline to Shopify.
Chances, opportunities on the board. That was always going to be a Melissa more time.
Looks quite simplistic in approach. This may not be the round that they were looking at to try and implement those changes through the timeout. Got Sheriff's, couple of ults here, but you'd need a lot to go right to be able to utilize them. Just like a little pop flash and a clear. That will catch, but Sarah was perfectly sat there. Beautiful, beautiful little trap played in off the back of the sound. You sitting anti, sitting safe. And again, Melissa, you're not looking at her to do too much.
Just the protocols are just coming through so strong for Shopify. One of the weaknesses of the Sky is just those birds. It's not, you can anticipate, you can set up, and you saw Sarah anti-flashed behind that wall the whole time. One step ahead is Shopify here, and Melissa has so much work ahead of her. Good double swing from Shopify as well.
They're so drilled. They're so drilled.
Or Juves is just one orb away from her KJ ult as well.
But look at the aggression.
The turret.
I love that. Instantly showing presence. Gonna force them to re-clear middle or at least put a question mark to it. I like this. If you're gonna come against a round like this, why not try and be divisive, be a nuisance, be a real problem?
But that's huge for MIBR. They heard the sound cue from the op. Now they know. They didn't give away that opening pick, but oh, this is so tense.
I've got your trail.
Good utility.
Nice.
And SRN wants to get up close and personal to this wall and try to get a pick with these jellies.
Okay, I had to give away that the operator was here as well. Did take a little bit of damage too. SRN trying to play with the audio cues, bait a little bit, show that presence, and exactly that. Look over towards the A side. Look at these 3 players cautiously and carefully working forward. It's Mel on the other side. Now, at this point, you've already seen that just then, I think it was Sarah, invested the dart, found nothing, so they're already hitting that emergency rotate button, get over towards site, because there's 3 coming through here. Spike is on the way, but it's got a second before it makes it in.
Yeah, it's so far behind. It's so late. This Viper's pit should buy the time that MIBR are looking for, but we've seen these floods coming through for Fluorescent before.
Oh my God, Mel! How did you just do that? It feels fated! I don't know how she just pulled that off. Give us a replay of that because that felt unfair. There's a Viper's pit in the way, Mel. Do you want statisticians out there? Get ready, get ready. Let's lock in. Maybe this is where it finally ends. Surely, with that pressure through middle, Floor can no longer shine. I mean, maybe I'm down too early. Gets out of danger, feeling there's too much pressure building through here, and rightly so, because SRN was chomping at that bit, waiting to pounce. And actually, SRN gets isolated. That's an issue. Alexis divides and conquers. SRN was left to her own devices. That was almost impossible.
Last time MIBR sent that dog through and SRN was able to get that ground that she wanted this time. So much utility, so much responses from Shopify, and Alexis wants more.
Again, they are up against Sheriffs. They don't need to overfeed the beast, and they don't. Alexis composed. Everyone wants their time in the sun. Floor waiting patiently. Here's the next one. Ooh, Floor ain't wanting to give this up. Yeah, Alexis. Okay, now the crowd's getting a little louder. Get in there, Alexis. Oh, not to be. No aces. No aces. Feels so oppressive to handle.
It really does. But MIBR, they've just got to remind themselves that middle has been the name of the game for them thus far this whole tournament on Pearl. So you can see the power of SRN and Jelly, these two comboed together, are trying to find themselves some sort of advantage. Breaking this alarm bot should buy them a little bit of control, and they're either going to want to regroup towards A main or go poking towards this street, but Melissa is just... The wall should help, but the high ground, huge
Nice. That's massive
Careful
for Melissa
here.
and MIBR. That opens up big opportunities, but they're still going forward. Oh my god, it is going to be a massacre. And so far, it's Mel to succeed, Neuer to trade in effectively, and SRN left just drifting. Now, Melissa was the one who won out on that B side, still over towards us, but that spike is just left deep behind the wire in enemy territory. I don't know how you meant to ever get that back.
Yeah, and Melissa still has to clear every single corner as well. She has no idea that the defenders never came towards B to help. Beautiful movements coming out here for Shopify. Completely controlling the macro game of this first map so far, and Juice feels like she's just gotta use the ult to even grab the spike.
You can see the desperation, right? This is... I mean, we need to invest the ults just for this. And look at the timing as well. You're down to, what, 17 seconds?
go in.
They have to keep coming towards this site. There's 3 players on it. Sarah tucked in the corner. They cleared towards pit with a little bit of the Viper util. But you got 10 seconds. Time's running out. And so are your chances. Shopify. Another step. Here. Oh, and look who's coming.
Oh, that's huge.
That's massive. SRN succeeds. Now, Sarah actually could be overwhelmed. Apparently not. Sarah's so cool, so calm, but gets traded into. Melissa brawling out. Perfect. MIBR get some weapons, and they get a step towards the site. Finally, a fight going their way.
And the agent info should be coming across. Process of elimination. Now MIBR finally taking that space in the site, and
Spike planted.
Jubes doing her job, holding the perimeter.
Oh, the angle. A gifted cross there. Surprised they didn't get punished, but Neuer gets to take a step closer. Next challenger, though, SRN gets beheaded. Neuer now looking to follow up.
And look at the late flank coming from Mel as well. Just biding her time, allowing Neuer to cook.
Yep. Still got the old smell. So sharp with it, too. It's just back and forth. Dismantling categorically everything MIBR want to do. And now just Melissa, even the divide on top. Just to add insult to injury, so unnecessary because the diffuser is starting. Melissa trying to make a mad dash for it, trying to do what she can, trying to say on this one that she bought enough time. I think she has. Melissa holds on for dear. But we've got maybe they can close out the rest of these rounds and we get a game. We'll see. Have the purchase. Viper's pit is there. One away for the divide. Couple of nice bits, very much on the horizon for MIBR. Of course, on the other side, you still have 3 ults ready to go. So, now SRN looking for those opening opportunities towards B.
Here.
It's looking very similar to what MIBR ran on the pistol. On pistol, though, both KJ and Astro win streak,
Punished.
but SRN, beautiful shot on the jump spotter.
It's lovely.
Jubes is so ready to punish this resniff.
Seems aware of the possibility someone's crept up towards ARP, but staying that diligent, tough.
Yeah, she's got the turret to protect her back as well.
It's a warning signal.
Look at the defenders. They've all left B. This is going to buy enough time for the spike to slip in.
Want to fight it?
Okay, Divide's going to go through. That should be a very safe plan here. Looking at the retake, though. Wait, SRN takes a glance back around
30 seconds left.
and claims 2 in just that quick moment. Catching all of this. It's all on floor. A 1v5, divide in, plan against her. I think this one's going to be working out, but it is fluorescent. I think that operator looking pretty valuable to keep hold of.
Yeah. Money is good, but it's not the best. So just deciding to walk away with this operator, MIBR, that's what we needed from this team. 1 round at a time. And
Absolutely.
after that second timeout, some life into this team.
And also just SRN, couple kills there, confidence build is right, feel like you're actually in the game, warm into it. Because you feel like they've been iced out so far.
Trolling mid.
Flashbang.
Quick flash, turret in. But again, eyes towards B, it's been far more successful than most of the other attempts through towards A. SRN gifting them that opportunity, that start that they were desperate for up against Mel before.
Orb is up for SRN. I'd like to see her grab that so that she can be a lot more free once she gets close up to Melissa's wall. She decides to just hold the angle, and that's a huge kill for Jubes. No trade for Shopify.
Massive. And that's what she was waiting on. Patience pays. Now the question mark gets put a little towards, I guess you could say, Shopify. What do they want to do with this now? They've lost that mid pressure. Do they try and cheat a rotation over, hope for the best? I feel like you are going to do that. Alexis, investing the ult. Neuer holding to try and... Oh my word, SRN just tried to go forward through that? That felt desperate in attempt. Just trying to play ahead of this. And now they regain full control of B.
Yeah, SRN had that dash proc, but Alexis's timing with the KO ult just completely ruined everything. And Neuer, the reposition is beautiful.
Oh, it's stunning. Neuer has her time in the sun. Lord to get that in. We'll find out. As we start MIBR on the defending side now, looking to try and stake their claim. And it's an instant reminder. Floor is in the server and he's looking deadly, but overcooks it a little bit here. Melissa dominates! Controls on and turns it into a masterpiece. Sarah left with the pieces of her side scattered over the floor. First contact found, Sayori dropped. Hold on. 3 players though. You don't give this up. You don't make mistakes here, right? You lock in. You need this round. This is the round you are desperate for.
This is the most terrifying. Too many times this tournament so far, you've dominated the pistol, and things have just gone too chaotic on this second. So we'll see how MIBR actually handle this one. Floor, that Sheriff, this drone, she's looking for an opening.
This should be handle, I want to say. I want to say handle. It is. Mel goes down. Floor goes down. Perfect little trap set there by Door. Denying all of that want and capability to close on any of those kills.
Sound cue. Giving the players on MIBR everything they want to be able to react off of. Crossfire's coming through strong here. Sayuri wants to peek off this contact. Melissa, that's not good.
Hero to near on 0, but Sayori is there.
5 members. Shopify, we've seen this execute come through here before. Neuer, you can expect to re-wrap around, find her timing on street as Sarah finds an opening.
Off the back of the flash, they go for it. It's Jelly who gets Mel down, but the trade out. So SRN falls, but Sayori waiting. That's a Bucky. That should be ringing the alarm bells, but they want to fight. Sarah just gets put into the blender.
And she did so much damage to Floor as well. Just fade away with that Bucky. Neuer, though, with all that distraction, has found this timing. Melissa.
The timing is outrageous between the two. Melissa just on that deeper angle. Neuer so sharp with it, but gotta be careful now. Could get over. Whoa! A bounding Bucky destroys Neuer. And now down to 2. Floor and Alexis in unison. Oh, they can't make it past the Bucky! As well, I think they're pretty close to Melissa's ult as well. 2 off. Here, Floor didn't get that early start. Not to the same extent at the least. So, no knives to bank on. We got Sheriffs and a Stinger. So, seeing what they can achieve here. Already early stake on towards middle.
Melissa breaking that drone really early has made Sarah a lot more nervous. You can see she used her dart as well. Both pieces of util already burned. And on top of that, Melissa, she's gonna turn around and quickly drop that molly on A main as well.
Oh, the drive-by, quick as lightning, but the trade is there. They couldn't join her yet. Neuer still tipping the scales, but back and forth. Neuer, what is this? That was ridiculous. Where the hell did Neuer just get that second from? I gotta watch that back. But SRN has had some rounds, and they could do one right now. Patience, creeping towards the site. Looking to find a fair fight, but you're seeing already. Smokes up does allow for the gap to be closed slightly, but also Alexis to evacuate.
Beautiful discipline, beautiful. Not giving SRN anything.
First bit of contact, and that's it. Not even noting the other 2 players all over towards this side. And again, there's the stall on the spike. They've got so much time. SRN still considering where the post plant is. Has to check all this, go through the protocol list, and it's time to call it off. Time to try and keep that operator. Shopify Rebellion. I mean, they were pacey there, Christine.
Yeah, and that was all off the back of Neuer's 2 kills, right? Sure, fine. She got away with 1, but the fact that she found a second in art on that timing, on that lurk.
The operator, in my mind, has to be key here. Not in the right place at the beginning, at the very least, but rotations can always bring it into play. first contact, really going to be noted here with a little bit of util shown over towards B.
And you can see quick reactions coming out from the defenders in MIBR. Each time Shopify had made this B hit off the drone, they've always committed in this tournament so far.
So clearing methodically, carefully, noting everything possible. Darts there. Look at this set piece coming through. Floor going to take the space. Oh! How does Floor turn to get that kill? I don't know! And Sarah gets a second in this! It felt like there was an opportunity, a little window of chance for MIBR to maybe strike back, but apparently I was wrong and so were they. Another ult to layer on top. Alexis invests instantly, and that may be the just no-go already.
That is so unfortunate if you're Jubes there. I don't think she even caught the flash. She just got lost in the sauce with that smoke.
What are you meant to do?
Unfortunate. The amount of pressure that Fluorescent is able to apply on her opponents is just something else entirely. Jelly's able to find one for herself, get an ult orb as well. SRN, you gotta survive.
You gotta keep this. That's... I don't know if it... I mean, would the exit even have been worth it for that? I don't know. Anyway, doesn't get pressured in the end. Gets to walk away with the op.
A strong side on one and to retake on the weak. But SRN, she wants to get active.
Just to
No
punish.
flashes nearby for her, though.
That's got to have been spotted. Again, that ult. Oh, it's quick as lightning. Mel just gets eviscerated, and Floor wants to try and avenge her fallen IGL, but no strike back to be had. But Noya, in the meantime, trying to take space elsewhere, show presence, keep Melissa very much locked in towards this.
The fact that Melissa's maintaining this line and the fact that MIBR have all of art control, though, gives a lot of confidence over to Jubes. Another crossfire on this art area. And Melissa, she's got to handle this street pressure well. She's still got the molly.
So was the one who got the ball rolling in this half, got things started. Does the knife land?
Did it catch her?
No, it didn't. I'm pretty sure there was no connection on that one.
I don't know about this ult.
You and me both here. Shopify trying to find a way through the fog. There's a little bit of a gap to plant in.
30 seconds
Yeah, maybe
left.
this feels a bit too desperate. Doesn't quite get what they wanted done, but let's see what the conclusion is. And that's your conclusion. Sarah with a quick 2, putting it down to a 4v3, favorable to Shopify, who have the site. SRN needs to find value here. Needs to find it fast. Quick little trade out, wants that rifle, wants to get back to business, trying to take the fight towards the back of the site, and takes away Sarah and Floor. But Alexis stands tall and stands on guard. Shopify up to 12.
Out of my way.
Floor's got ult here. You can hear those knives coming in quickly. SRN still with that operator, and Floor wants to draw blood. Does a little bit of chip damage, or quite a bit actually, towards Jelly. But look at the reaction. MIBR put bodies on the site. Denial on entry. Yeah, that's huge impact. And Melissa then takes over the mantle. Sarah now wants to play aim training, but it ain't gonna go well. SRN not found that time to maybe invest it yet. Lockdown for Noya. And that should be enough. That should be a tell here. SRN!
The spam!
So quickly! That's Noya the claimer, but everyone had the right idea in mind. Now Floor trying to step forward a little bit further. Just around that corner was a player, but MIBR playing safer, a little bit deeper on the site, yeah, tucking in towards the back.
You should run.
Jelly, that's, playing just behind the wall, gonna fall away from this, but the lockdown's in effect.
Jelly still had the flash in her back pocket. An old school fight was just to fight right beyond that wall, but they choose to get back and try for this flood. Astra ult on the board.
Oh, she go with this. Okay, kept composed, kept tame. Plants in.
Spike planted.
5v4. Divide is there. We were talking about it. Comes in. They got to clear quick. It's Sarah at the back of the site, though. Melissa going to find Noya. Now it's time to spring the trap. Sarah leans a little closer as Alexis in unison. And now a 3v2. Sayuri and Melissa have their work cut out here, and they've got to do it. There's no backing away from this anymore. The divide going to fall, and Fluorescent stands with Bell. Shopify 13-7.